Hello folks, my name's Laura. Welcome to my channel. And so, how did I stay on a raw vegan diet for 7 years? People want to tell me all the time, Laura, you just have a lot of willpower. You've always had a lot of willpower. And it's really not about willpower. It's about the fact that I don't want to be sick. I don't want to feel tired, and I don't want to feel confused and have brain fog and all of these things ever again. I don't want to battle with having urinary tract infections all the time and be going to the doctors and to be just dealing with sinus issues, headaches, all of it. I just don't want to be that person anymore. I feel a lot better being on a raw vegan diet, and when I discovered this, I never wanted to go off of it again. So the question is, how did I do it? Well, there's so many different strategies because people they don't really realize that anything you want to do can get done if you really just want to do it. It's not about having the willpower to do it. It's about just having the want to, and to want to get better and be sick and tired of being sick and not feeling well. So that was my story. The strategies that I did were things that anybody would do to survive. I always talk about staying ahead of your plan, and the reason why I do this is because I think that that's one of the number one things that you have to concern yourself with if you want to stay on a raw vegan diet and be healthy, is that you have to be ahead of your plan all the time. You can't slide on that. You can't go to work and just forget about what you're going to eat for the day, because you're going to grab something and you're going to be hungry and you're going to grab the wrong thing and you're going to stay sick and stay the same. So in order to be different and to stay raw vegan, you really have to be ahead of your plan. And I always did that. And so that helped me to stay raw vegan, is being ahead of the plan, sometimes even days ahead. I was thinking about, like right now, I'm going to be going on a 2-day trip and I'm going to be in a hotel. What am I going to bring with me? Because I'm not going to be in a restaurant all the time. I'm going to need things that I can eat. And what kind of snacks am I going to put together and things like that. So that was one way that I stayed raw vegan, was being focused on my plan at all times. But then another thing that I think is important is to really try to banish cravings. And what I did to do that was, in the beginning, I ate all the things that I enjoyed eating when I wasn't on a raw vegan diet. Not the exact things, but I ate things that were very similar to what I enjoyed. And one of those things was chocolate. And so if you're somebody who knows that you have to have chocolate, you need to buy some carob and cacao, and you need to get yourself one of those little things that you can pop the chocolate out of in your refrigerator. They're like these little silicone things. And I made little chocolates because I craved sugar. But the reason why I was craving chocolate and sugar so much was because I had parasites, and that is one of the signs of that. So some of the things that you may crave in the beginning, that you may need to do before you actually get to the next level, is you have to find ways to sustain whatever it is you're feeling without going to the real bad stuff. And you don't want to eat a lot of processed foods, but if there are some dried foods that you can find, like dates or raw vegan crackers in the store, if it's going to be impossible for you to cook things in a dehydrator, or I shouldn't say cook, but dry things in a dehydrator because you don't have one or you don't have time, you have to find other ways that are better than what you were doing. It's a lot better than eating French fries. It may not be perfect. So it's not about being perfect. It's about always striving to get to that level of as perfect as you could possibly feel. And so those are a lot of the things that I did, and I know that sometimes it was tough. You know, there were tough times where I did have hunger pangs and, you know, things that I felt like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? But I would find ways. And there were times when I didn't have a dehydrator and I didn't have time. And there's times now when I don't have a dehydrator or I don't have time. And, you know, I don't have time to maybe cut up a lot of kale and produce fresh. So, you know, when I would get into those things, I would just buy one of those things of spinach in the plastic. I switch it over to a glass container, and I just carry it around with me and grab a lemon and an avocado if I have to grab an avocado later at the store. And these are the things that I did. I always made sure I had dates. Dates is something that can fill you up in between, you know, to really get in between those hard spots that you just can't really fill in. And you can get bananas. And bananas are pretty inexpensive. Dates, not so much inexpensive. They could be a little bit more expensive, but I tried to buy those things in bigger bulks and make sure that I always had them with me. Even if I had to take a few nuts, and you don't want to overfill on nuts, but, you know, I did everything that I had to do to keep away from the sad diet that I was living before that was making me feel sick. So I hope these ideas and strategies might help somebody to start a new year with a new attitude and know that these things are possible to do. And I also have a free ebook in my Instagram. If you go to my Facebook profile and open my links to Canva, it will open up to a free ebook with recipes and also my story and testimony, some things to help people to really feel enthusiastic about this lifestyle, because I know that I am, and I hope that I can make other people feel the same way. So, Raw Vegan Laura, that's who I am, and I love it. I'm very happy with this lifestyle. 7 years of this, and I feel absolutely terrific. I wouldn't change it for the world. It was worth every bit of the effort. So have a great day, and God bless. Bye.